Welcome to the Crimson Reaper podcast. Today I'll be reading 3 police horror stories. Minus. Story 1, The Abandoned Warehouse. Officer Johnson was nearing retirement, but his final shift would haunt him forever. Dispatch sent him to an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town after receiving reports of strange noises. As he stepped through the decrepit building's creaking doors, a chill ran down his spine. The air was thick with dust and a palpable sense of unease. Deep in the warehouse's labyrinthine corridors, Johnson stumbled upon a grisly scene, an old rustic cage containing tattered remains, bones gnawed clean. It was a grim reminder of a crime long buried in the town's forgotten past. Just as he radioed for backup, a shadowy figure darted across his flashlight beam, disappearing into the darkness. Heart racing, Johnson pursued the figure deeper into the warehouse, his footsteps echoing ominously. Suddenly, the noises ceased, replaced by an eerie silence. He rounded a corner and froze. There, standing before him, was a figure so horrifyingly twisted, its eyes glinting with malevolence. It wasn't human, it couldn't be. Minus. Story 2, The Haunted Precinct. Officer Ramirez prided himself on being a skeptic. When he was assigned to a precinct with a reputation for being haunted, he dismissed the stories as superstition. But as he settled into his new assignment, strange occurrences began to shake his skepticism. Lights flickered inexplicably, doors slammed shut on windless nights, and eerie whispers echoed through empty corridors. Ramirez joked with colleagues about ghosts haunting the precinct until one fateful night in the interrogation room. He was questioning a suspect when a cold breeze swept through the room, chilling him to the bone. Glancing up, Ramirez saw a figure materialize, a spectral form with hollow eyes staring right through him. The air grew heavy with a sense of dread as the figure drifted closer, its presence suffocating. Stumbling backward, Ramirez reached for his radio, but before he could call for help, the figure dissipated into thin air. His hands trembled as he tried to rationalize what he had seen, but deep down, he knew there was no logical explanation. From that night on, Ramirez's skepticism turned to a chilling awareness of the unseen forces that lingered within the precinct's walls. Minus. Story 3, The Devil's Highway. Officer Barnes was fresh out of the academy when he was assigned to patrol the Devil's Highway, a desolate stretch of road known for its dark and deadly history. Local legends warned of a phantom hitchhiker who appeared on stormy nights, luring unsuspecting drivers to their doom. One rainy evening, Barnes received a distress call from a stranded motorist on the highway. Ignoring the warnings, he drove out to assist, his headlights cutting through the torrential downpour. As he approached, a figure emerged from the shadows, an ethereal hitchhiker with a haunting smile. Despite a nagging sense of unease, Barnes offered the hitchhiker a ride, desperate to get him to safety. But as they drove, the atmosphere inside the car grew suffocatingly tense. The hitchhiker's laughter echoed unnervingly, and Barnes's grip on the steering wheel tightened. Suddenly, the hitchhiker's demeanor shifted. His eyes turned cold, and his voice dropped to a sinister whisper. He spoke of tragedies that had befallen those who dared to travel the Devil's Highway, tales of souls lost to the road's malevolent grip. Fear coiled in Barnes's chest as he realized the hitchhiker wasn't human, he was something else entirely, a malevolent spirit bound to the cursed highway. With a jolt of terror, Barnes slammed on the brakes, sending the hitchhiker careening forward before vanishing into the night. Gasping for breath, Barnes scanned the empty road, his heart pounding in his ears. He knew then that the Devil's Highway held dark secrets and that he had narrowly escaped a fate worse than death, a fate that would haunt him for the rest of his days. Minus. All of these stories have been generated by ChatGPT.